Hey GH fans, how you doing? Today is Thursday, October the 5th, and I'm here to do the daily recap for General Hospital. Once again, Thursday, October the 5th, 2023. Let's talk about it. So, where do we start off with? Well, honey, we started off with Anna and Valentine. Because now they're sitting in their house, and Anna's like, what's going on? This is what you've been doing all this time? To which Valentine's looking like a scared cat. Like he got his hands caught into something. And oops, up there goes Roxanne Charlotte. She's looking at Dad. She's looking at Anna like she wants to stab her in the throat. And she's looking at everybody's looking. If we were all in the wrong room at the wrong time was a face, that would have been the face that they all had. And then we jump to Spencer and Trina. They're still in New York, just coming back from the Met Museum. Trina is completely blown away by the by the service that she's being seen with going with Spencer. She's just loving it all, which I'm happy she's truly letting herself enjoy it. And we rush. And then we get to the point where, they're talking about it, and he starts slowly kissing her, slow dancing, kissing her to the bed, and then we phase out to Chase getting his eyes flushed out by his big bro Finn for a pepper spray incident. Now let me tell you, y'all, pepper spray ain't no fun. Ain't no fun. And then Finn's wrapping that up. He's heading out, and he runs into, guess who? Tracy. And Tracy's like, congratulate me. He's like, why? Did you fire somebody? I really like these two, how they play on each other. It's just great. He makes Tracy a lot more fun and a lot more, bubbly. And she's like, no, I'm now officially one of the board members for General Hospital. Lord, watch out for all the people in the hospital now. So then we flash over to Alexis and Gregory hands Alexis a file that he would like her to read over his OPED and give him some ideas and stuff. Alexis like, I'll really try my best to get to it, but I am in a massive amount of paperwork and meetings. She don't look like she's happy with this job at all. I think Alexis liked being a lawyer more. And Alexis and Gregory's like, okay, well then, whenever you can get to it. She's like, I will try to get to it when I can. And when he walks out, she actually drops the file, and out his bucket list comes out, and she's looking it over. So then we flash back to Sunny, Gladys, and Sam. And if tension was a knife, Sunny's basically asking Gladys again, so how are you going to pay for this trip? Because I already know that you were stealing money from Sasha to pay for your gambling debts with Miss Wu. Now I hope this doesn't get, but I'm thinking this is going to have some slack later on between Sunny and Miss Wu, but we'll worry about that. We'll see what's going to happen with that. But Sonny doesn't want to hear any more of Gladys's lies. He's tired of it, and he wants to make. He told her, "I'm going to make sure you don't lie anymore. This is the end of it. This stops today." Which Gladys is like, her face was speaking volumes. So then we flash to Mac at the police station, and he's talking to an officer and asking the officer if they can get Cody out of the for interrogation. And the officer goes and looks up Cody, and while they're doing that, we finally see who is the person that busted through Sasha's door. Cody, not the person we expected, but Cody. To whereas Dr. Montague is throwing all kind of hell, talking about y'all mental, y'all both crazy, ain't nobody gonna listen to y'all cuckoos. Antagonizing Cody to the fullest. And then we flash to Anna and Valentine, and Charlotte's like, hi Papa. And I don't know if she even acknowledged Anna. I can't remember, but if she did, it wasn't with love. And then she tells him that she wants to go to this skate park with Jake to see some tricks and stuff. And he's like, well, I thought we were going to be spending time together, Popetita, whatever he calls her. And she's like, no, Papa, please. And he's like, okay, if you want to go, then go, have fun, just be safe. You need to tell Anna to be safe. And as Charlotte's walking out, Anna says goodbye, but Charlotte ain't got no time to hear that. She's walking, and the shade was real, and I'm pretty sure Anna felt that. I know her daddy did, because he made that same goofy face he does whenever Charlotte does something unappeasing. So we flash back to Trina and Spence, and yes, they have joined again, if you get my drift. And Spence is, just so happy that he was able to take her on this trip. And Trina, he says, I couldn't keep my eyes on the art because I was busy watching you. I was watching you. That's beautiful. And she's like, oh, stop it, Spence. You're going to make me fall in love with you some more. And he's like, well, honey, I'm already crazy in love with you. Side note, whenever a Cassadine tells you they're crazy in love with you, run as fast as you can. The motherfuckers is crazy. But that's another day, another dollar. So then we flash back to Gregory and Alexis, and Gregory now sees that Alexis dropped the bucket list paper, and she's looking at it, and there's a silence between them where it's like, who's going to speak first? And then we go back to Tracy and Finn, where Tracy's like, well, my family has donated enough money to this hospital, so somebody needs to keep an eye on it. Tracy, that wasn't your money. You do know that, right, Tracy? You do know that, right? Guess we're going to keep, like I said, I guess we're keeping Tracy around for a while. And then Sonny is confronting Gladys now. He's like, it's time to come clean, Gladys. It's time to come clean. It's time to come out with everything. This is going to be good for your soul. And of course, Sam's like, well, that's not the worst of it. And he's like, well, Sam, what could be worse than this? Sam tells it all about the poker game, about how they hooked up, about the drugging, which once again Gladys denies it all. And Sonny's like, look, another lie from you, Gladys. I don't know why she kept playing with that man too. I would have shut up. So then we flash back to the police station, where now Max has discovered that Cody is gone and that Dante has took him back to Ferncliff. So then Max like, oh hell, let's get to Ferncliff as soon as possible. We go back to Ferncliff, where Dr. Crazy Nuts has got a syringe of propofol to Sasha's heart and antagonizing Cody. Now I'm pretty sure that's the same drug, and I could be saying the drug name wrong, that killed Michael Jackson. I could be wrong. If I'm right, please correct me in the comments, because I can't be for sure. But I know that sounds like a pretty deadly drug. And then Dr. Montague says, I'm about to put her down like Sleeping Beauty. And ain't no Prince Charming going to be able to wake her up. This man got bars of death. And basically backs Cody away. You know what I'm saying? Then Nurse Janice walks in, and Dr. Montague starts lying to her and saying it's the kidnapper and what they're trying to do. And Janice is looking at the dang syringe. She's like, I think I need to call security. To which Dr. Montague says, if you call anybody, she's dying. You better open up every door up out of here. I ain't got nothing to live for. You better open up every door. And no alarms better go off if she gets it. You get me? Just then, Cody and Sasha give each other the nod. Sasha does something, hits him or something. Cody rushes up, grabs his arm, starts beating that hand up against the door. The syringe falls, and just then Dante shows up with the gun drawn. Perfect timing. Flashback over to Sonny. Sonny tells Gladys that she should have told him if she really wanted to help Sasha. It's because she didn't want to help Sasha. She wanted to help herself to that money. And he's just getting in her butt now, like with the lies and stuff. And then we flash back to Sprina, and now they're in the bed, in the sheets, talking art, and how she's talking about how her eyes have been opened by the full art view, and how basically things have changed for her greatly. She sees art in a whole entire different way. And they start kissing while in bed. Hey! So then we flash back to Alexis and Gregory, and they're discussing the bucket list, and she's like, well, what do you want to do? And this man says, skydiving. Alexis like, what? Then we go back to Tracy and Chase in the hospital. And she sees Chase at the hospital. He's sitting there with the rimmed eyes. Remember we said we were going to talk about that? Mm-hmm. And she's like, what's going on? Something wrong? Is everything okay? He's like, yeah. Is there something wrong with Brooklyn? And he's like, there's nothing wrong with Brooklyn. She says, oh, it's your father. He fell again, didn't he? Tracy's like, no, nothing's wrong with me. I got pepper spray. What are you talking about? Tracy's like, oh, well, I just thought because, you were all looking like you were going to cry. She's like, no. He says, no. What are you talking about? Kind of, getting in Tracy's face. Chase has some balls today, boy, honey. He was throwing them things. Then we go back to Sprina, and they're discussing art and passion and artists. And she's talking about Spencer saying that she completed parts in him that he didn't know he needed completed. Oh my goodness, I hear love, baby. Then we flash back to Anna and Valentine. And Valentine's like, look, I've been keeping secrets from you. Really, Valentine? And Anna's like, well, I've been keeping secrets too. Isn't that part of the pattern of our relationship? That's sad. And he tells her that he bought the house for Charlotte and him and for her, and that he wanted to combine their family, wanted to make a family out of this. All the meanwhile, Charlotte's in the background eavesdropping. I guess she didn't go with Jake. This little girl is a predator. So then we flash back to Sonny, and he's giving the 1-2 to Gladys. He said that you manipulated me with my father when he was dying of Alzheimer's. You was being manipulative when you said Brando died and you was trying to get his money. You have been using and being manipulative this whole entire time. But guess what? It's over. It's over. And then we flash back to Ferncliff, where Mac is now confronting Dr. Montague, while Janet and Sasha and Dante are in the air. And the doc tries to lie and tries to get Janet to go in there with him. This is the time Janet's like, no, bro. No. And Janet tells everything, tells the truth. And Mac tells the officer, arrest Dr. Montague and read him his rights, which Dante happily does. And then you see a flash cut back to where Cody and Sasha, and she's thanking him and she's hugging him and she's thanking him and stuff. Then we flash back to Sprina. And Sprina is like, and they're talking about how nice it was to get away from Port Charles. And I know there was some discussion about her mom, but maybe that's a little further ahead. And he's like, well, I remember you wanted to get something to eat, and I noticed that, there was some restaurants that you want to check out. And Miss Trina, Miss Grown Butt now says, well, why can't we have breakfast in bed? So you know what, Trina, you grown now, Trina? You grown now? Okay. And then we flash back to Anna and Valentine. And Anna, he's telling Anna that he bought this house. I bought this house for you. And Charlotte's in the background, in like, no. I don't think so. Ooh, that's a Cassadine for real, honey. Then we flash back to Mac, and Mac's trying to like, yeah, you guys were basically you covered your butts and stuff like that. And Dante tells him the plan about how he followed Dr. Montague, and Cody, you made Cody stay in Ferncliff. And Cody lets Sasha know. Sasha says, well, I'm glad Dr. Montague ain't getting away with this. And Cody says, Gladys won't either. Now that was so, I was thinking right then and there, Gladys might get semen shoes like Dr. Montague, but we'll see. So then we flash back to Sonny and Gladys, and he's Sonny's like, okay, well, and Sam's walking out the door, and Gladys is like, no, don't leave me here. Don't leave me here with this crazy motherfucker. Sam's like, Sonny's gonna give you exactly what you deserve. Oh, that was like ice in the hot water, honey. Ooh, it was good. And then Gladys is like, none of this was supposed to happen. I was trying to put an end of it, but none of this is supposed to happen. And Sonny's like, don't say it. I don't want to hear it. Don't say it wasn't supposed to happen because it did. And he slips off the coat. And now you gotta pay. Slipped off the coat and says, now you gotta pay. Right then and there, my blood would have drained out of my face. That's all I'm going to say. We flash back to Tracy is basically backing Tracy. Chase is basically backing Tracy in the corner. He's like, my dad didn't even like you. He's only tolerant you because of Brooklyn. Damn, Chase, damn. And he basically backs Tracy into such a corner where Tracy just finally confesses, your father has ALS, as Finn is walking through the hallway. We flash to Alexis and Gregory doing some hot yoga, and I'm sorry, Alexis did not find the hot yoga fun at all. And she asks Gregory what's next on his bucket list, to which he replies he wants to talk to Chase and let him know what's going on before he can move and make any next steps. Sorry, honey. Chase already knows. So now you flash back to Sonny. Sonny's got his jacket off. Oh, I'm sorry. We flash back to Sprina. They done it again. And now Trina's discussing her family and how she thinks her mom is just being protective, but how she knows that her mom must know deep inside that Spencer is going to really protect her and he loves his family. Yeah, that's because she's rocking with Esme. Oh, snake in the grass. And then then room service knocks on the door and Spence says, I'm going to go grab it. And then Anna finally compliments Valentino in the house, but she did say, you should have told me about this instead of keeping a secret. And as they're discussing that, Charlotte, who's still in the hallway being a creeper, flashes back to that letter that her grandpa Victor wrote, talking about how Valentine ain't got no spine and Anna's gonna take him down and get him, manipulate him and kill him, and he ain't gonna be able to get away from her. And he's basically poisoned Charlotte with that letter, telling her to use any weapon you can to get rid of her, because she's going to lead your daddy to death. And this is why I got you these tarot cards. They will guide you on how to get rid of Anna. So then we flash back to Gregory and, they're talking more about the bucket list. And then we flash to the hospital scene, and Chase is asking his brother, is it true? And Finn says it's yes. And he's like, well, how long did you know? And Finn's like, a couple of weeks. And he's like, what? The son that left my dad for 20 years and didn't say nothing to him? He told you instead of me? Chase takes it so hard. Finn's trying to explain to him. He walks away. He don't want to hear it. We flag back to Sasha and Cody, where he's talking about, thank you for saving my life. And Cody's like, thank you for believing in me. And Cody's like, I wasn't the only one who believed in you. And then we go back to Gladys. Poor Gladys. And Sonny's telling her, get this off your chest. Get this off your chest and bare your soul. Help yourself. This is what you need to do. Gladys starts to spill the beans. She starts confessing. And then she starts whining. To which Sonny says, stop the whining. I don't want to hear that no more, Gladys. I told you that. You knew you were going to... I know you... He says, you're going to pay the cost. And then he calls Frank in. Now, right then and there, my heart would have dropped to my shoes. Like, oh, hell. Frank's in the building? So then we flash back to Trina, and they're packing up their bags to leave the hotel. They had breakfast or whatnot. 3 breakfasts, if you want to count that. And Trina turns around and says, goodbye, room. Goodbye, and thank you. Why, Spencer closes the door with the same devilish grin. I love Spencer. I like these two. They're beautiful. I'm really hoping that this is going to be like a whole entire Cassadine drama, because you know how they rock with their women. And then we fly back to Anna, and he's finally telling her, that he's so happy, that he got this, but he also realizes through all the fire and everything that he's lost focus with what's going on with his daughter, Charlotte. Valentine, you lost focus a long time ago. And that maybe this is not the right time to move Anna in. Then why didn't you tell Anna so that she wouldn't have to walk in here feeling like a fool? So then, Charlotte's still listening. And she's still thinking about everything that her crazy grandpa said. And side note, why didn't Valentine tell his daughter that his daddy tried to kill him? At least let her know that her grandfather was a dangerous man. So just in case there was any type of manipulation, it wouldn't have worked. Just talk to people. Man, be honest. So we go back to Tracy apologizing to Finn, and he's like, it's all right. This should have been done differently. I should have told my brother. No, Finn, your daddy should have told your brother. And then we go back to Ferncliff. Well, now the doctor's still taunting Cody, even though he's trying to get out of his handcuffs. But he's over there taunting Cody, talking shit. And Cody's like, oh, just in case you do get off, slugs the doctor in the stomach. Hard. The doctor tries to say to Mac and them, y'all see that? Y'all see what he did to me? And Dante's like, I didn't see nothing. Max says, take the doc down to the station. We're charging him with attempted murder. Janet apologizes to Sasha. And Sasha lets her know, like, hey, it's all good. He manipulated everybody. Nobody knew. And then Cody asks Dante, hey, so are we free to go? And Dante says, yeah. So I guess that's all. That Sasha's free. She ain't gotta face no charges for stabbing Cody, and Cody's free. He don't gotta go back to Ferncliff because he played crazy, even though I think he actually is crazy. Which we ended at Frank, Sonny, and Gladys. And Gladys is shaking like a tree, y'all. She's shaking it up. And he's like, this is what you gonna do. You going home to Bridgeport. If I hear you using the family name, if I see you gambling, I'm going to have Frank visit you one more time. And that time will be your last ride. And he said it like it was a finale. Glass is like, thank you so much, Sonny, thank you so much. This chicken head goes to touch the luggage. And so I said, don't you touch that. Don't you touch that luggage. What you doing? Sasha paid for that. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because this went way too long. But I hope this was a good recap for everybody. I enjoyed myself. Please leave comments. Please subscribe. Leave suggestions. I'm here for it all. Thank you and have an amazing night.